What's up, guys? Luka here. Luka Teal, yes, the Ashen one, the Ashen Lucario, the Ashen Luca. It's me. I'm here. If my mic sounds different, I'm not on my main setup, which is why Slomo is going to host and Singer is going to help while I'm gone. The first thing we're going to discuss is this State of Play 2024 for January, and by we I mean them, because I didn't watch it. But yeah, I heard it was pretty good. Heard there was some cheeks some cheeks out. There were some people taking some pictures at some weird angles. I gotta say, there's nothing wrong with liking some good looking anime chicks or good looking gaming chicks or whatever. But you know, the weird angles, guys, you gotta relax with that, in my opinion. But regardless, the boys are gonna talk about their opinions on the state of play. I'm gonna listen, and I will be back in like 10 to 15 minutes. All right, go ahead, guys.
All right, all right. As you guys already know, Luca didn't, watch the state of play, so we'll discuss it real quick
Mhm.
before Luca gets back. Singer and I watched it, and I guess we can just go ahead and just jump right into some of well, all of the games really. Let's just get into the games. So the first thing they did show was Helldivers 2, which is I mean, look, it's a multiplayer game. It's launched on PC and PlayStation 5. It's some people like what they see, and others are a little like on the fence about it. Singer, what do you think about Helldivers 2?
I I mean, it looks like it might be a fun time. The whole what made me laugh was John Lennon from Digital Foundry. His tweet as soon as he saw it, even from the trailer, I could tell it's running on FSR 3 instead of DLSS, and I was like, oh, that might be a bit. That maybe that's why the performance is looking a bit rough. The game looks a bit rough. I might check it out if it goes on like a sale, but I mean, it's really not for me.
Um, yeah, it's kind of it's I'm on the fence with it. Like I'm kind of interested, but I'm not so interested that I want to play it at launch. And then I'm also somewhat concerned that like by the time like I get enough of these games off my plate that I'm actually considering playing it, it might not even have a community or enough people playing the multiplayer to even
Yep.
support it. And that's I know that may seem a bit presumptuous on my side that it won't be something that will do well, but like it's got the potential to do well. I think the first one did pretty good, considering how small of a title it was in a new IP. I just kind of hope that like it's still viable around like April or whatever when I'm actually like considering playing it. Um, Real quick, I'm gonna shout out a couple people in the chat. Shout out to Wooly Gaming in the house. We got Arcade. What's up, Arcade? Dravenero, the finest in the house. Shout out to him. Brisky 8, Erodimus, and Slycrow. What's up, guys? If you're just coming through, Luca is stepping away for 10 minutes. She'll be back in a minute. But we're discussing the state of play. And instead of doing this in order, because what I'm seeing from PlayStation's blog does not have them in order, I'll just go in the order they got everything. So look,
Yeah.
Dave the Diver is launching on PlayStation. That was a PC exclusive last year. Dave the Diver was nominated for a bunch of different awards. I haven't played it yet. Singer, have you played it?
I haven't played it. The whole Godzilla thing with it is that's kind of cool, but at the
Yeah, it's
same
cool.
time, it was hilarious. They was thrown in the indie game category. The best
Right,
indie
because it's
game in
not really
Europe.
an indie game. It's like published by Nexon, who's like a massive Korean
Yeah.
publisher. um,
Oh,
but yeah, it's on PC. It's
mm,
still on PC. Launched on PC. I have it in my wish list on Steam, so it's something that I will eventually get to, but not at the moment. And I'm probably not likely, definitely not going to play it on PlayStation. So, what about you, Singer? You ever going to play David Diver?
probably not because I have a whole bunch of other games to play.
Yeah, makes sense. What we have here? But hey, this because this is in order. Maybe it's in alphabetical order. I don't know. But Death Stranding 2 on the beach is next on this list, and that was the last thing shown. And frankly, they could have just saved this as far as I'm concerned. I don't give a crap about Death Stranding 2. I didn't give a crap about the first one. I think Kojima's a bit overrated. And the trailer was a whole bunch of nothing, but I know I'm in the minority on that. People want to love this game regardless. Singer, what are your thoughts?
You can probably already tell. Death Stranding 2, Revenge of the FedEx Delivery Driver. Like, it's. I understand people are like freaking out over about it, but it's just so weird. And this was a conversation I was having. I was like, who actually has a bigger ego than Kojima? Right? Because we were throwing name rings. Someone said Neil Druckmann. And I was like, he's got a pretty big ego. But
Mm-hmm.
like, his game will sell because of his name. If that game did not say a Hideo Kojima game, ain't no one buying that shit. That's going straight into the garbage bin, right? So it's nice that they got a sequel, but at the same time, I really don't care. It looks nice though, graphically.
Oh yeah,
It's still
visually, I
there.
mean, it's running on that Decima engine. Visually, it looks amazing. You know, it looks really good. It's something that we always kind of expect from his games, and you know that in innovative / weird ideas that may or may not have needed to happen, but something that you can't take away from it is that visually it's going to look amazing,
Yep.
and it definitely does that. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more action oriented than the first game, which hopefully, because I tried it and I played like 4 hours of it, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Whoa, what do you? Hey, can guys, let's not hide. Thank you. Shadow Reaver. I don't know if he deserved to be timed out for just saying that, and definitely doesn't deserve to be hidden. So let's us mods, let's put the gun back in the holster a little bit. Like, let's be a little bit more, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
I have no problem with a little bit of booing. Come on there.
Yeah. Go ahead, boo us, man. We're good. What was I saying? Oh yeah. The first game, I played 4 hours, and I think maybe 2.5 of that 4 hours was a cutscene. Well, not all just one cutscene, but just cutscenes together. 2.5 hours. I was bored out of my mind. It was not for me. And I know like later on, there is some action that does happen. There's also some doo-doo bombs that happens too, whatever, right? So I just hope that for the sake of this game, it's a bit more of a balance with combat in the beginning. But maybe that's just me. Anything else you want to say on Death Stranding 2 before we move on?
Looks pretty, but don't care.
Okay. Dragon's Dogma 2.
No, this looks really good.
That looked like the best game I saw in the state of play, as far as I'm concerned. And I'm definitely copping this one day one. What about you?
Oh yeah, Dragon's Dogma is definitely a day one. Oh, that game, it looks so good. Oh man, the particle effects and everything, and the way the combat's done. Man, it's such a great sequel. Shout out to them.
Big facts. This game has been you know what? There's a little discourse going on. I want to bring this up to you, Singing, because I think I already know what your response is going to be, but I want to hear it anyway. Blade X says, "Where's Luka? Luka fell in the crack of a sidewalk and she's stuck, and she's trying to get out. We're just holding it down for her while they find a spoon or something to scoop her up in, and then she can join us." So, Blade X, just chill out for a moment. She'll be back soon.
Yep.
There is these rumors, which I think have already been kind of proven false because of clearly that the photoshopping work may have been somewhat not as good as the person who created the thought, but that person might want to actually go back to school and learn how to spell. But there were these screenshots that look fake, but these screenshots they're saying that Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be 30 frames per second, not just on consoles, but also on PC.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Even if they had the deluded idea that they could force PC players to play at 30 FPS, they will break it and they will make a mod to get you 60 FPS. Like
That's what I
they've
said.
done it for plenty of games on PC. There are plenty of games that are 30 FPS on PC, generally older games because they were never 60. And then people just go, I'm gonna make a mod, I'm gonna jump. Like I was playing Fire Emblem Three Houses at 60 FPS. Right? So
Mm-hmm.
people will do what they do. So that's why I don't believe it, because they must know that people on PC will make it do 60. Console guys, I feel sorry for you, but you're stuck with 30. But PC, not my problem.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
True. I pretty much said the same thing. That like there's just no way we've seen the games that are locked to 60 frames per second. They are mostly Japanese developed games, but they're locked to any game that has a locked frame rate on PC is locked to 60 frames per second, and that's primarily just Japanese developers that do that. Capcom is a Japanese publisher and developer. That said, look at their other games. Resident Evil games on PC are not locked to 60 FPS. They're unlocked.
Yep.
So, like, common sense here. This clearly was created by some butthurt console fanboy who wanted to try to rile up the PC fan base, but also don't know how to spell, and so he kind of contradicted and hurt his own troll work. So anyway, moving on. Foamstars. There was a
And you get
season
the breakout
announcement
hit
for.
of the year. Let's go.
Yeah. Are you gonna play Foamstars, Singer? Yeah. Any interest in this?
Do I look like someone who will play Foamstars?
I don't know, man. I don't know. You play Power World, so I mean, it's like visually
Yeah.
same thing.
But the difference is that's actually a fun game, and it's good, and it's got promise. Foamstars is free to play. I put it in the same boat as Destruction All Stars. That might be a bit harsh, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, it ain't for me. It's clearly inspired by Splatoon, and I tried Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch, and I ain't like it. And even though this isn't exactly that game, it's still the same kind of theme. I'm good. I'm not touching it. You talked about Helldivers too. Judas. I want to talk about this. So Judas being developed by Ken Levine. And I forgot the name of his new studio, but essentially there's a lot of people here who
The
came
old
over.
BioShock devs.
Yeah, the old BioShock dev team. So Judas I thought looks really good. And of course that's going to be a multi-platform game, but art direction looked very much like BioShock. I like where they're going
Yep.
with it. What do you think about it, Singer?
Yeah, it had everything. When I looked at it, I was like, "This is so Bioshock." You could tell the team behind it. I'm really excited because Bioshock has been away for a long time, and I absolutely love the series. Hopefully, it'll be. I'm hoping it'll be as good as Infinite because Infinite's story was. I I have high hopes for this game, and it is definitely a day one, no contest.
Mm. Next was Legendary Tales, a VR game that looked like visually something for the PS3. I mean, it looked visually like Skyrim in VR, if you ask me. But I thought that I will give it credit for this. I thought the melee combat looked very diverse with the things that you can do, despite it being in VR. I don't know how exactly that would all work out because I'm not a VR guy. But I thought that looked somewhat decent for people who can overlook the ugly visuals. Singer, what did you think about Legendary Tales?
When I saw it, I thought it was just a knockoff Skyrim VR. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, look, it visually
Yeah.
looked like Skyrim, a game from 2 generations ago. But
The thing is, it looked like Skyrim VR, but it looked like a downgraded Skyrim VR. I don't know. I don't know. There was something about it. I was like, this wants to be Skyrim, but
yeah,
hey, man.
Yep, not for me. And they only had 2 VR games there. The other VR game, which I think probably would do pretty well, is the Metro Awakening.
Yeah,
VR by 4A Games, the guys who made all the Metro games. Last one I think was Metro Exodus.
that is
Visually,
correct.
that one looked really good, and I think I don't know if that's exclusive on PSVR 2 or not, but the more content they can get for PSVR 2, the better. That looked really good. What are
I
your
think
thoughts on
I
it?
think they said it was on Meta Quest as well.
Okay.
Because it's on PC VR. But I mean, it's Metro is a good game to do VR with
Mm.
because of the type of game it is. And it looked really, really good. So I'm happy for my VR people. Here we go.
Yeah, we also have. Give me a second. Whoops. Oh crap. Yeah, hold on. Almost lost my page. The next was Rise of the Ronin by Team Ninja, which is timed exclusive to PlayStation, I believe. That I thought the combat for Rise of the Ronin looked really great. Visually, I was a little disappointed with it visually, but I'm also kind of really surprised because Wolong didn't look great visually either. But what were your thoughts on Rise of the Ronin?
Now, I said this, so I'll repeat what I said about it before. It looks like a PS4 game. The combat looks good, but when they first showed the trailer about him swinging across the rooftops, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "This is Assassin's Creed." Like all I'm getting is Assassin's Creed vibes. This is Assassin's Creed in Japan. Like this is what Assassin's Creed in Japan would be. And then when I saw the combat, I was getting Sekiro combat vibes, like how you fight in Sekiro, especially when he was fighting the big giant skeleton looking thing. I mean, the combat looks great, but the visuals look like it should be for last gen. But
Yeah.
overall, I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, it looks like visually like a last gen game, but hey, look, we had fun games last gen, so it doesn't
Yep.
necessarily mean it's going to be a bad title or anything like that. Next was Silent Hill, the short message, which turned out to be a shadow drop for the state of play, was available to be played the full game for free on PlayStation, which I thought was a big surprise. It is somewhat shocking. I mean, it looks like there are cut scenes where they show the character, the main protagonist, but then the game is really played in first person perspective. I'm not really into horror titles like this, so like I definitely didn't try it out. And Singer, you don't have a PlayStation 5, right?
No, but I'm just look how he did, my boy. Silent Hill has been away for some time, and he massacred him. Like I was expecting a full Silent Hill game, a full, but this is like what is it, 2 to 3 hours long? Like this little
Oh, really?
short thing. Yeah,
Well, it's
like they
called the
did.
short message for a reason.
Yeah, but they massacred my boy. It's not even a full Silent Hill. Like I was expecting return to form Silent Hill, but such is
I
life.
wonder if they put it out there as a means to kind of like test the waters on potentially doing a full first person perspective, full game, like a big like AAA game that's in full first person perspective, kind of like how Resident Evil had Resident Evil 7, so that they have now their remakes of their older games that are still in third person, but like it seems like they're going forward for the ones that will be new numbered games in the franchise. They'll be first person. So I wonder if that's something that Konami is thinking about. But I don't know if they're going to be able to nail it the way Capcom has, because Konami is relying on Boo Boo Team, aka Bloober Team, for Silent Hill 2.
And
And I thought,
this is why I'm
hmm,
glad it's a 2 to 3 hour experience. Is free to play. It's just this little shadow drop thing because Bloober Team, I have no faith in them, and I don't want them to do a full Silent Hill game. So I'm happy with this. Let someone else make a full Silent Hill game.
yeah,
Personally,
Boo Boo Team ain't made a good game yet, as far as I'm concerned. And until they make a good game, they're gonna be Boo Boo Team as far as I'm concerned for forever. And I thought this didn't look good visually. It didn't look like, it didn't even seem like, I know Silent Hill is supposed to be more more like horror, immersive, less like action, and it just seemed like it was way too much shooting. But I've never played Silent Hill 2. Maybe Silent Hill 2 was like that. I played the first Silent Hill, and it wasn't as much, action like that as what they showed in this trailer. So maybe I'm off. I don't know, but I don't think this game looks very good, and I'm not surprised considering the statement that Boo Boo Team came out with late last year, where they seemed like, hey, be patient, we're still working, kind of stuff. I'm like, okay. After the medium, I'm not like I'm not checking for anything they got. So anyway,
No.
Sonic and Shadow Generations. Another Sonic game is going to be launching this fall, so it can get completely overshadowed by everything else that comes out at the same time period, like every year. So good for Sonic. Stellar Blade. I think we could definitely talk about this. Not only is Stellar Blade looking pretty good, and I like the way the action looks, it apparently looks like we see no statement about PC anymore. So I don't know. I think it probably still is coming out on PC, but just not at launch.
PC. It'll probably be like a 6-month, maybe a year tops, because this game needs to come to PC. Because you look at this game, I look at the modding community. They're gonna go wild.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Shift Up, the developer, is already going wild with the main character. I mean, some of the outfits, I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, like, it's like, do you guys mod on Nexus mods or something? Like, it's like you guys definitely seem to be dressing her up and everything as possible that somebody would think of. I can't think of anything that the PC guys could do besides just having her butt naked, I guess. But Luka, what's good?
I mean, that will happen.
Real quick, I do want to say, what's that Silent Hill game called?
Silent Hill, what the short message?
Yeah, the short message is you're not getting a full Silent Hill. All right, that's what they wanted to tell y'all by releasing that shit, dude.
Thank goodness.
The short message was short for a reason.
Yeah. All right, what's up, John the Don, Blade X, E Head, Sly Crew, PS Rewind, Jesus Christ, Zero Games, Light Shadow, Iman, Free Luka, Soul Eater, True Bleed, what's up, Dwayne? What's up, Gavin? Oh shit, I'm kind of feeling a little heat sick right now. What's up, Shadow Reaver? Glad you have escaped from the abyss of the blocking. Tristan, Saber, Erodimus. What's up, guys? How are you guys doing today? Me Puppet, my boy. How y'all doing today? Geek Cat Yurt. What's up, Viper? Germany Who? Sly. What's up, babies? Saw Wooly earlier. What's good, baby? All right, what's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all here. I'm sure a lot of you guys are here for. Oh, damn. Okay. Shout out to my boy Yobi. Saying hashtag peace, love, life. Always gotta support my Luka. I always got my support, Luka. I'll be re-upping on my Scumcast merch soon. Thanks for existing. Hashtag Scumcast. Hey, man. Thank you so much for this. Big dono, $100 dono from Yobi. Honestly speaking,
I mean, Yobi, hey, I mean, like, come by the DP.
So anyway, I just muted slow mo because this is about me and our show. It's slow mo. If you could just let me finish, okay. Anyway, so Yobi, again, a big reason why I continue to do this show, despite my veering and lacking interest in what happens in this hellscape of a community, is because of you guys, is because of the support you guys show me. You guys showing up here, just hanging out with me, talking to me. We are small and we are few, but I feel like we have a real community here. Not that the other podcasts don't have communities too, of course. But what I'm saying is it's just like, I come here, I talk to you guys about like my personal issues. We talk about life issues. You guys have told me some things about your personal lives. I've shared things about my mental health. Like we've just had some great conversations here. And Yobi especially has been someone who's been consistent and showing up and hitting me up and just asking like, hey, you good? Are you okay? And just being supportive in that aspect as well. So the fact that you would come through and even though you you know what's up, man. But like, I really do appreciate it, Yobi, and got nothing but love for you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, Yobi's a good dude.
He's
He's
a
a
good guy, man.
genuine guy, and there's very
Yep.
few genuine
Very,
people
very
in
few.
this
Yes.
community. I mean, like you can probably count them on your fingers, and you would still have some fingers left to give the rest of the people in this community the middle finger. So, like, yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy, man.
Yep.
So, but yeah, Slomo, if you want to continue your message, go ahead.
Oh no, I was joking around. I was just like,
Okay,
that was just funny. I was just trying to be funny. Jeez, like I mean, you come in and you just got out of that sidewalk crack that you got stuck
Oh yeah,
in,
I
and
crawled myself out with my own spoon because hashtag women doing it for themselves. Real quick though, I was at my friend's house and he was like, "Hey babe, can you carry this bag inside for me?" Because he had to carry the water bottles in. I was like, "Okay, sure." I looked at the bag and I was like, "I don't know if I'll be able to carry it. It looks kind of heavy, right?" But I was like, "You know what? I'm gonna carry it, right?" I got it to the porch and then I tripped. I tripped on the porch. I fell face forward and I was just
oh
laying on the
really?
ground like a Sims character, unmoving. And I was just like, and he walked up like, "Oh," and I was just like, and he was like, "God, like I knew this was gonna happen." I was like, "She's so small, but maybe it'll be okay." It wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. And I say that because I want to say it's important to know your limits, okay? You got to know what you can and cannot do. And some things I just can't do. You know what I'm saying? So
Like reaching the top shelf of the supermarket.
definitely can't do that. Sometimes I'll see things on the top shelf and I'm just kind of like, well, I guess I'm not getting that. And I walk on, So
Or,
anyway,
or sitting in chairs without having to do a bunny hop.
that's true.
You.
That's true. I do jump up on the chairs with a bunny hop. So
Yep.
that's true. You're right, Lino. I do. You're right. So what's up, Crispy? What's up, Lino? Yeah, no, I definitely busted my shit like real bad. What's up, Texas, baby? CKG was goody. General Spartan was goody. What's up, y'all? But yeah, so okay, go ahead. Sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no problem. We were talking about Stellar Blade. You have a PlayStation, Luka. Are you going to play Stellar Blade in April?
I have no interest in that game personally. I know that my good babe, which would suggest that there's a bad babe, right? Right? Okay, anyway, so
Maybe.
Stone and Bam. Shout out to Bam. I tested his gangster and he proved me wrong. He was like, "I'm leaving Twitter." I was like, "I'll see you next week, homeboy." And I haven't seen him since.
He
He
ain't
was
been
like,
back
"I'm not
since.
coming back. I'm not coming back." And he was actually one of the few people who said that and actually did not come back. So shout out to, unless he's got like a separate account that we don't know about. You never know. But shout out to Bam Bam for that.
It's not the first time that's happened.
Very true, very true. But yeah, so Bam Bam and Stone have been like hyping this game up, and they've been like consistently the main ones hyping this game up for quite some time. So they will be playing it, but there's like nothing about that game that interests me personally. Like what is the game even about?
It's about an Asian woman with some yams, and
Yeah.
she and her yams are trying to save the earth from monsters from
Yeah, so something pretty generic. I think
I don't know.
I
don't care.
I have a
I'm
feeling
playing
it's gonna be a generic story, but I can't wait for it to come to PC because I'm willing to wait the year, even if it's a year, because it is going to be. I'm gonna tell you now, the definitive version will be on PC. I'm sorry,
And
my
the version
console
is almost
friends.
always on PC, right?
Yeah, but in more ways than one this time. And we're not talking about performance. So, just
man. But yeah, even though it's probably not coming to PC until probably the end of this year or the
Save
beginning of next year.
Save the world. That's girls.
Right. Man, all right, but no, okay. So Stellar Blade. I mean, visually it looks good. I think it probably will do well. It's even though I think the biggest concern with Shift Up is that they went from making mobile games to making this, and can they make that transition to something that's going to have to have a bit more different game design when it comes to combat, and that's something very simple. Who knows? It looks good, but we'll have to see.
I actually want
Next
to
was
ask Stone, like, what
mhm.
is your interest in this game? Like, I don't know, whatever. She likes it. I love it. Go ahead, Slow.
Next is Until Dawn,
Oh,
remake, which is
bestie, your fave game, one of your favorite games.
yeah. Although I did not like what I saw, I
Oh,
didn't. I did. So,
oh,
okay, so this is being ported over to PS5 and PC by Ballistic Moon, which is a new studio that is comprised of former Supermassive game developers who did make the original Until Dawn. My whole thing with it is that, like, I think I sent you a meme, Luka, about this. Is that like it don't look that much different? They rebuilt the game in Unreal Engine 5, and it's just to me, it's like they showed the killer with his mask, and I'm just like, you
oh,
just
come on.
added some extra details and some eyeballs. Like, what are we doing here? Like, is that it? Is that it? And they're supposed to have
Yeah.
like some changes to the narrative and some changes to like you said, new locations and dialogue, and so I guess it's worth a replay for some. I was going to get it on PC anyway because I've been wanting this game on PC for a while. One
Don't
thing
you
I
replay
didn't
it every
see,
year?
I used to. Me and the wife got tired of doing that. So
Oh,
now, but we probably will this year now that it's coming back out on PC now. But the only thing is that like this game sorely needed a chapter select like really bad because it's like some of those totems and some of those like clues and stuff are kind of like really hard to find. And unlike a game like Detroit Become Human, where you can actually see like this chart of like all the choices that you have, things like that, it's you don't have those things and Until Dawn, and I think that's something that they really needed. And I didn't see any of that in all the things they claimed they added. I hope that's just like common sense, something they're going to have there. So I don't know, but Singer, what do you think about Until Dawn?
But my favorite thing was when they rebuilt and enhanced for PS5 and PC, and I looked at it and was like, "You did absolutely nothing to enhance and rebuild this. Like, this looks fresh off the
Basically.
PS4. Like, there is nothing next gen or remade about this game.
really? I
They
thought
might.
I saw a couple things that I thought, and by couple, I didn't like one thing. I saw like one thing that was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I'll send it to you, Slow, if you want to show it. I think this looks okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay.
You let me know if you want to share your screen. And shout out to
Okay.
Tristan Ryan becoming a scam. Appreciate you, my boy or girl. Don't know. Tristan is a unisex name. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm gonna go.
Oh my
Try,
god.
though.
No. Okay,
Nope.
I'll show it, but it's like this is a that is a low res look of all right, hold on. Let me put this over here. Present share screen.
All right. Shout out to you, Tristan. Thank you. Thank you, my boy.
Okay, I'm sharing it. So this is like really low. This is like a low res look. Like the game don't look like that on PS4. Like it
Oh,
doesn't
so they
look
were
this
being
bad.
shady.
Yeah. That don't look that much. I mean, like,
Oh.
where does this guy get his images from? I don't know, but I mean, it shows more detail, but it's like, yeah, that don't look that good. Like, I mean, on PC, it's gonna look way better than this for certain. But like, that looks. I mean, yeah, it looks better, but like, I'll show you. Let me go find. Hold on. Let me stop sharing so I don't end up showing something I shouldn't show.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you
Talk a
something
lot of
that was
shit.
right. This is a much better comparison. And you can share that. So you see the difference. I mean, they just add some really weird looking eyeballs and more detail on these ugly teeth. And it's just like,
The
I mean,
mask
yeah,
is
there's
more
details in the
detailed.
mask. Yeah, but I mean, like, this
The
is.
hair has more res.
I mean,
You're the Until Dawn expert, man. I'm just saying,
I'm just like, this ain't where I want to see the improvements.
I
Like,
got you. I got you.
I don't care about this mask one bit. Like, this is not it. Not at least not for me. I expected more. And I did see like during the trailer they showed like the environments And they kind of like, for people who have played the game, you would be like, oh, I know that's the bathtub scene with Hayden Panettiere when the killer started stalking her. Oh, this is the part where they were like the chainsaws were coming down and one of the characters had to make a decision on who to kill. Like stuff like that. And that stuff in those like panning screen moments look good, but that's also not like in game. You know, like it's not like that's just like a paint. Like no one's looking at that when they're playing the game in that context. Like so I don't know exactly how well visually it looks, and I think that matters considering this is more of like a Telltale kind of game where the gameplay is just walking around and making decisions and hitting Q2E events correctly so you don't end up getting people killed. It's gameplay. So
what's crazy about that? The left one looked like it was from the PS3, and the right one looked like it was from the PS4. Like,
so they're both behind a generation. That's funny.
Well, I mean, if the left one is how it originally looked, like that's PS3. Like, there's no way that was a PS4 game. Surely.
But I think it was the wrong real comparison to really have of like, oh, look how much better it got, because the mask never looked good back then. But there are other aspects because it was running on Decima engine, which is amazing. But there were other aspects of like the way the characters looked, and how like this is one of the first games that really had like, when they mocap the actors to play those roles, they took their real faces and put them in the game. And well, for most of them, some of them don't look like the character that they portray. But like Hayden Panettiere, the dude from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's the guy that's like an Oscar-winning actor now. He was in Mr. Robot.
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek, yeah. Like all of them look exactly like, you know, their actual face, and it was one of the very first games that did that to that level of detail. And if they want to do like a real comparison of like how much better this looked, do side by side comparisons of Rami Malek from the PS4 game to the PS5/PC game. That's where I would think they would have made a better comparison, because you're going to see him a lot in the game, and that mask, you don't see that very often in the game. So. So, Forte.
What up, Nautical?
What it do, homies?
What did
does
you,
it
baby
do?
Forte?
Nothing much, man. Just listening to y'all, and I had to go. Sorry, I was late. I had to run to Walmart for my wife. I was listening to y'all while I was.
What
in
you chewing
Walmart.
on?
Nothing.
Oh, he lied.
Like,
He always lying.
Eating something. Like, what's going on?
Because he's always eating something, and then when you catch him, he'd be lying. You literally just stopped chewing.
No.
You literally just stopped chewing.
No, I didn't. Nothing's open. Nothing's open.
What is that? What's that? Orange? Is that orange?
It's not even peeled.
Is that your second orange?
You eating some mandarin?
When he turned the camera on, did you see how he just stopped chewing?
Look, I was eating Yoshi. That's what I was doing. I wasn't doing anything. Good God. Stop it.
I mean, it sounded like it was fucking delicious. So
I wasn't eating anything.
Turn the camera back off so he could eat.
All right.
Well, I'm not facing my camera right now. I'm facing my PC.
All right, man. No worries.
I gotta show. It's like I gotta show proof. I ain't doing nothing.
Damn.
All right. So like, we're happy you're here.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
The other game, to keep going, V Rising is a survival game, vampire survival game that was announced for PlayStation. That game was another PC exclusive that did pretty well. I mean, what didn't blow up like Power World did, but it had a nice little pop when it first came out. So that's showing up on PlayStation. A lot of people playing it.
I picked it up because a few people wanted to play because there's a whole guild system and everything on there. It's actually really good. Thing is, I saw the game and I was like, oh, it's great this is coming over to console. But then I realized, wait, but people don't like that PC top-down crap.
Asymmetric view.
Yeah, so I expecting a lot of people to like it, and if they start liking it, then we're gonna have to have some questions and some answers because all of a sudden top-down games are good now,
Maybe some
or what?
people just need to experience it, you know?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't think it's going to do as good as the other game they got coming over from like Dave the Diver. I think Dave the Diver probably would do really well.
Oh yeah,
I
well,
don't think V Rising is going to really get the kind of it with different platforms and different focuses on certain kind of genres. This game is ripe for PC gamers. Like we saw like Power World, Valheim. Valheim looks
yeah,
hideous, but that game blew up because it's a survival game, and PC gamers love their survival games. So, and I think the last one here is Zenless Zone Zero, which is another MiHoYo game. MiHoYo has made Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, those kind of gotcha system games, very much in the vein of mobile games, but the animation in these games is amazing. They do a lot of good work, and their games are fun. It's just there comes a point in time where you're gonna have to make a choice. Are you gonna start spending some money to keep up this enjoyment, or are you gonna let it go? So it is what it is. I think PlayStation was very smart in nurturing that business relationship with MiHoYo because it's been very fruitful for them, considering none of these games ever show up on Xbox.
Oh, is that a good segue?
These games don't show up
Oh,
anywhere
yeah.
but PlayStation and PC.
No, they
Yep.
show up on
And mobile.
PC, but-
Or well, mobile, yeah.
Is this a good segue?
It is. The thing is,
Alright.
though, you also have to remember about gacha games. Despite what people tell you, they make their most money on mobile. Like mobile
Yeah, they
is
do.
the way it is. It makes more money than everyone else because of games like this. That Final Fantasy game. Basically, if it's got gacha, people are gonna go crazy, and people will empty their bank accounts on these games. So, amen.
All right. Well, before we get into the juice tonight, go ahead and give your scores.
I gave it for me personally, it was a 6.5 out of 10. The games that a lot of people were hyped for were games that I don't care for. I'm not playing, and a lot of the other stuff that I was really hyped for outside the Stellar Blade is something that I'm going to enjoy on PC.
Yeah, same. Oh, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say the same for me. Like the games they showed, like they'll be on PC anyway, and Stellar Blade will probably will not likely come to PC. So apart from that, it is their best one for a while now. So I gave it a 6 because it is their best one. It's much better than their previous ones. But yeah, it's a 6. It's a 6. Easy.
I gave it a 7. There was a lot of stuff there that I liked and stuff that I was interested in. I just didn't like how some of the stuff seemed like it just didn't live up to the quality I was expecting. Mostly the bigger AAA games and stuff that were coming, I was expecting a little bit more when it came to those. But in Death Stranding, I could care less about. But as a show and as a package, I think it's the best one they've done in quite some time. And a lot of people should be excited for some of the stuff they are getting. So 7 out of 10.
All right. People in the chat, what are your scores? All right. So, okay, let's see here. Lionel gives it an 8. Saber gives it a 9. Light gives it a 7. Geek gives it a 5. Iman gives it a 7. Germany gives it a 9. Sly gives it a 7. Tristan gives it an 8. Dwayne gives it a 10. Rod gives it a 6. Ronald gives it a no VR out of 10. Texas gives it an 8. Arcade gives it an 8. Sam gives it an 8. MLU gives it a 7. Brewski gives it an 8. John gives it a 6. Stone Blade X says that state of play was triple plywood. I don't know what that means. Viper gives it a 7.
Plywood. Oh man. No.
Oh, nice, Viper. That's what it's about, man. Finding things that you're interested in.
Facts.
General Spartan gives it a 4.
Hey.
All right. Generally speaking, the consensus seems to be positive, which is good. A bit mixed, but mostly positive. Sweet. All right. So let's talk about Xbox's dead box,
Dead box.
third party box, the box of box. So okay. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna read this like we don't know who this person is. All right. We're gonna read it like we don't know who this person is. So.
Yeah, I don't know who this person is at all.
So Idleslav posted saying, according to ZeniMax employee Sarah Bond, the Xbox director, recently promoted one Xbox director, will speak in spring to explain a change in Xbox's strategy regarding Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and other games going multi-platform. Wait for springtime. Sarah Bond will say something. You guys will be fine. Summary of the employee's other remarks. Metrics driven. Internet discourse isn't considered, but concerns are valid. Regarding considered discourse, if you look at it from a different angle, there is missing information that you may not see. Allusions to a very concise explanation by Xbox about the situation. A secondary speaker mentions that other people who were concerned previously are now saying we shouldn't be as concerned as we are. The big three platform holders have the liberty of paving the road and laying the brick at the same time. A lot of conversations about this kind of stuff. It's ongoing and everything discussed has been covered and or has a clause around it. So, thoughts.
Thoughts.
Thoughts or thoughts?
Thoughts. Say
Thoughts.
They're a little bit of both.
Thoughts.
90% of one, 10% of the other.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Dan?
I think this is a mistake on their part. I think Xbox does not understand what brands are. I don't think they understand how to cultivate brands, how to cultivate IP. And it's understandable considering the MO of the company. The MO of the company is software, technology, innovation, and pushing forward into those things and being the first to do those things so that they could potentially capitalize on new trends. And that's kind of what Google thought as well when Google jumped into gaming, and we saw how that turned out for them. A lot of big tech companies get into gaming and think that they can push things in a way that they want, and it's just not going to work out that way. When you put your exclusive content on the competition's platform and they aren't doing the same, you're the only one that's going to feel the brunt of that. And I think that's not going to come immediately if they decide to do this, or they continue on with the plan to do this, but it will come as a slow death for the Xbox console itself. With already struggling sales, you're giving less reasons to own one, because they suck at messaging things and they suck at marketing things. And when they come out with this message, they won't be able to control the Nintendo and PlayStation gamer who were considering buying an Xbox for all the content that they were going to come out with over the next 3 years. But instead, they'll be thinking, oh, well, Hi-Fi Rush came out on my platform. I'll get these other games too over here. Whether it's true or not, they'll wait. And although I see people on Twitter saying stuff like, oh, well, Colin Moriarty had a clip saying, I'm going to tell everybody, just wait for it to come to PlayStation. And I see people saying, oh, well, if you do that, you'll be waiting forever. Who does that hurt more? That one gamer or Xbox for not getting that sale? It hurts Xbox way more to miss out on potential sales when you already for your struggling console not do that. And furthermore, I'll say this and then I'll be done. I feel bad for Sarah Bond because they just promoted her. We got this Black woman in this prestigious role, and the first thing they got her saying out here is something that really ain't got nothing to do with her in the first place. She controls Xbox hardware. She does not control Xbox content. So why is Sarah Bond speaking on Xbox content? That should be Matt Booty or Phil Spencer.
Yep.
Yeah. Mr. Booty, stop hiding behind her booty and speak your mind, because these are decisions y'all are making, and now y'all gonna have her out here with the quote unquote woke crowd talking about, oh, see what they put this,
The
this
anti-woke
woke
crowd,
decision.
yes.
I'm sorry, yeah, anti-woke crowd saying this woke woman they put in here. See
The
what
woke
kind of
woman.
decisions she's making. I saw people giving smoke to the ZeniMax employee who said this stuff. He didn't make that decision either, but people gave him smoke like it was his decision. This is what happens. They kill the messenger. And so that's what's going to happen. And they promoted her to be president of Xbox. She's supposed to be out here trying to make Xbox better, but you're cutting her legs out from under her. How is she making Xbox better? And you're taking the unique content that she would be marketing her product with to the competition. You want to know what's going to happen? PlayStation, as soon as they get Hi-Fi Rush, because PlayStation is great at this. Remember, this is how we share our games. They're great at taking the L's that Xbox delivers themselves and making them even bigger. They will start marketing PlayStation as the only console you need. And when they do that, they're going to show Xbox's games in their promotion because they can, because they have those games. You are literally just giving it all away to them. This isn't console war and stuff. This is just how it is. And it's like, and if you are an Xbox only gamer, I would say, look towards getting yourself a PlayStation and primarily getting your games there, or a PC, because the end result of this is that, once again, all these inroads they're making with Japanese publishers and other publishers to make sure they get their games on Xbox will get reversed when they start seeing Xbox isn't selling even less than they are now. Games are selling even less than they are now. And they feel no desire to put their games on a platform where they won't sell. So as an Xbox only gamer, your games are going over there. You're not getting third-party games as like they're getting. What's the purpose of owning an Xbox? Okay, I'm done.
All right. Anybody have any counter?
Should I go? Oh, I didn't really have a counter.
Okay, you can give your opinion.
You know the theory that I was talking about before?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So I have a theory about this. I don't think it's going to be all their games. Now, I'm not talking about this from the PlayStation or anyone else's perspective. I'm on about Xbox themselves. I don't think it's going to be all the games, because I was watching Shout to Spawncast. I was watching their podcast, and they had a guest on who is a lead developer. I can't remember which. But she was saying, in the industry right now, the AAA, everyone knows it. The AAA market is currently crashing. It's crashing and burning because, and it's going to evolve over these years, more people are going to get laid off. That's just the way it is, because the games are becoming too expensive and they can't make back money. You need money. If you 300 million on a game, let's take Sony for example, they spent all that money on Spider-Man. You have to make all this money back. Otherwise, you're just losing. And you keep on releasing games, you keep losing. And this is happening industry-wide in AAA. People can't recoup what they're spending. So, of course, everyone's having to lay off people. Now, this comes to where I think you need to put games like Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, and these other games. Because all the companies need to generate revenue, because, especially Xbox, because they have the lowest sales. So you already have a small base to sell to anyway. Now, your games are on PC, but games like Sea of Thieves and stuff, they've been on PC for years. They've already reached what they'll reach on PC. You're not going to get any more people. So you need to put it somewhere else now to get even more people. And you'll get some customers on Nintendo, and you'll get customers on PlayStation. Now, this will suck for you as an Xbox only gamer, because a lot of these games are going to have to go everywhere to recoup the cost. But you'll find most people will have to do this. Now, the only outlier is Nintendo. Because if you put The Last of Us 2 budget versus Zelda budget, we know Zelda's probably, half of what The Last of Us is. Now, they'll make their money back because that's going to sell 30 million. But the cost was lower to begin with. And this is why I think now they are going, we'll put Sea of Thieves, we'll put Hi-Fi Rush. I expect their other multiplayer games to go over there. The games I don't expect to go over there are stuff like Starfield or Indiana Jones or other games like this, because you could keep those games, but you need to fund them. And how do you fund them? Sea of Thieves, etc. So I think their new vision is going to be, we need to generate even more money. PC, this is reached its player base. Like, you're not going to get much more on PC. So you have to look to PlayStation, who has a larger install base. You have to look to Nintendo. And they figured this out. Now, Sony will eventually have to figure out their monetary situation, because when we looked at the rumored budget of Spider-Man 3, I'm sorry, I have no idea how you're going to make all this money back, especially all these games coming out with these ridiculous budgets. So people are going to, the industry should crash the AAA, and then you'll see all the budget scale back. But until that happens, it's going to be, it is what it is. I feel bad for you, Xbox gamers who only game on Xbox. I moved to PC.
Singer, I have a question for you.
I got questions too.
I got a question for you. I got a question. I got a question, Singer. You say games like Starfield and stuff aren't going to go, but what if they do? Then
if
what?
If they do, then it is what it is. But unfortunately, we don't know. This is a theory, and
it's all a theory.
I'm operating under assumptions that the multiplayer games from Xbox are gonna go everywhere.
I mean, when you say multiplayer game, yeah, Halo,
Gears,
right now,
Forza.
The thing is, I'm not entirely sure how deep they're gonna go down the rabbit hole. I don't know. No one knows.
You got to assume that the rabbit hole is very deep, and they're going to go all the way to the bottom of it. Let's be for real here.
And also considering how they have contradicted what they said when they did the Bethesda Xbox live stream, considering that, can you take anything that Sarah Bond says of how deep this is going for face value? Because that could be what it is right then and there. And then if they don't get the revenue numbers that they wanted, they may decide to go even further.
They might decide to go even further. That's why that's why I can only come up with this theory, but I can't prove any. No one can prove anything until Sarah actually comes out and tells us what's up. And even then, you have to take it with a grain of salt, because you don't know if they're lying through their teeth or not. So
the one. Go ahead, Sam. You go ahead real quick.
Yeah, because I just wanted to kind of necessarily push back on what Singer said, but just like discuss a certain part. When it comes to the console market, and it's not growing, but it's not retracting either. It may be it's not growing at the pace of, say, like the PC market's growing and the mobile market continues to grow, but it's still growth there. I mean, we literally just currently right now, Nintendo is still selling a console that's about to be the highest sold console device, hardware device in the history of the console market.
Yes, sir.
And they're about to launch another one. PlayStation 5 is outpacing their best console. They are, even though they making cuts, because everyone had to make cuts because they all staffed up during the pandemic with short-sighted thinking, and then once they didn't need those people anymore, they got rid of all of them. It is something that the entire industry did, and they should be shameful for it. But that said, their business model is working, and is working for them, and they are outselling their previous products. But guess what's not outselling his previous product, which also didn't outsell that previous product? Xbox. So the growth is there. It just ain't happening for Xbox. And it's not happening for Xbox because as I said in a previous podcast on here a few weeks ago, they suck at any marketing their products in any country that doesn't speak English. They don't do localization in those countries. They don't even put their games on shelves in those countries. They don't market their crowning jewel of their platform, which is Game Pass. There are still people now, casual gamers, after all the years that Game Pass has been out, that don't know what it is. How in the United States, your home ground, your home field, that every gamer doesn't know about Game Pass at this point? Even if it's something that might not even be something that they would be into doing. Maybe I want to own my games instead of subscribing for my games. Regardless, they should at least know what it is. The only people who know what Game Pass is are hardcore gamers.
All right, hold on. Sorry to
They
interrupt.
suck at that. Go ahead.
Hey, shout out to Blaze gifting 5 memberships. Appreciate you, my boy Blaze.
Yep. Shout out to
We gotta
Blaze.
talk more. Oh my god, like what's up? But thank you, Blaze. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you. Nothing but love. Mwah. Thank
Shout
you.
out to Blaze. Oh yeah, but Blaze the home. He plays he plays Fortnite like crazy.
He does. But the thing is, Slow-Mo, that's none of that. What you said, I agree with, but none of that is what I said. What
He's like, that's
like,
great and all, but I didn't say that. So let's
the
start
thing,
there.
the,
Okay.
the, the
I thought
pushback-
you were saying that. Okay, go ahead.
No. I was saying the AAA gaming. Shout out to J Barry and Persona. They had Sean Layden on. As
Shout out to
Sean
the
Layden
boys.
said, spending is getting out of control. Everyone in the industry knows this. Look at how big the budgets are getting now. And the budget's already going up, and the dev time is longer. Instead of 4 years, it's 5 years, 6 years. At some point, it's going to become unaffordable. So it's going to crash. And that is, he said that years ago. Now, it's starting to come to fruition, and that's what the woman on the podcast said, was it is happening where AAA gaming is becoming so expensive, you can't recoup the costs that you spent and the dev time. So eventually, it's got to crash because it's not slowing down. The budgets are just going up and the dev time is just going up. So you either let it crash or you figure out a way to afford your spending. And that's where I said about putting your games in other places to generate money, to ensure that you make more money, because the overall console market is not growing. So
Okay,
you still have the same amount
I'll flip
of
it
people.
to software
Go
then.
on.
I'll flip it to software then. So you're talking about software and AAA game.
Yeah, I was talking stuff.
Nintendo be having 30 million sold games like all the time. Like every year there's another game that's like 15.
I'm sorry, Nintendo's an outlier.
All right, well, Sony games don't sell as much as Nintendo though, but they sell like in the 10 millions.
Yeah.
And even though their budgets are like really high, there have been, from the data that we've seen, there haven't been too many that didn't at least break even or sold a lot. Which is why they're doing the remasters a lot, because the remasters, the recoup, their return on investment of the remasters are like great. Like when the leak came out from Insomniac and they showed the data on their games, where Insomniac's games, Miles Morales gave them the biggest return on investment, and as well as the Spider-Man remaster. So it's like those little kind of like shorter AAA experiences and their remasters are why they're leaning into that, because they make more money off of it. I think that, yeah, like making a game like, say, Immortals of Avium, first time that developer made a game, big AAA budget, Hollywood actors, mocapped to death, dead in 30 days.
I mean,
Did
you
not
gotta actually
make money,
add
but
style over substance, and you gotta add substance, man.
right. And so like you're going to have those duds, and that's going to happen. But that, I don't think the solution is to put your games on other platforms, because that's upsetting the way you generate the majority of your revenue, Xbox that is, through services, through getting the games on your platform, you start putting your games elsewhere, and people start going elsewhere to get their games. Amy Hood, the CFO, shouldn't be out here after doing their financial report like, huh, so disappointing that the hardware is doing so bad. Well, hello, Amy. This hardware is doing so bad because you didn't have games for a long time, and then when you got games, you decided to put them elsewhere. Like, why would the hardware do great, Amy? Like, it's just like, let's think about this. And these are people who are not in the gaming sphere for Xbox making these decisions. Amy Hood should be making these kind of decisions.
Yeah.
She shouldn't even be saying these things about Xbox. It's not her purview. But I mean,
multiple points for Xbox. This might be the way they figure out the situation, and the Nintendo point is not the same because PlayStation budgets first party games are double what Nintendo spends. So when they break 20 million, they made probably quadruple what the game cost. PlayStation, yeah, you break even, but the costs are going up because everything's taking longer and you more and more things. All these, like, the reason why The Last of Us looks the way it is because more money was spent on it. Like, Zelda looks the way it is because they have to deal with the hardware, but they also have a budget and they make the best of what they do, and it sells really well. But at a point, it's just escalating, and that was what Sean Layden's point was.
Yeah,
the costs are escalating.
I agree. There's going to be a bust eventually. They can't keep going like this. Like apps, there's just no way they can keep going like this. Spending that amount of money, like one bust, one failure of a game. I don't know, dude. I just don't think it's sustainable. It's not sustainable, you know?
Yes, and that was the whole point of the theory, and that's why I was like,
What's up,
well,
Yishi?
you have to come up with different revenue streams, because the only other way you could do it is by dialing back the games a bit graphically, the mocap, the amount of time you spend on dev, but then the games aren't gonna look as good because you scaled back the cost. So that's one way you could do it, but I don't think PlayStation would want to do that.
What's up, Texas?
Xbox certainly is doing that.
But PlayStation also,
Chris.
you know what PlayStation also isn't doing? They're not putting their games on Xbox and Nintendo. Unless they have no choice, like MLB published that, and that deal with Bungie, you know, that was the only way to get Bungie under their belt was to allow that, at least for now.
Maybe that's why Pete left.
Yeah, right.
He was like, I'm not staying here.
Yeah, because once they lose control of the board, it's a wrap on that whole multi-plat thing. So
the thing is,
I mean,
you also
they're not putting their games on the Xbox or Nintendo.
But
and
you
there's a reason
also,
for that.
thing is, it's not just as they say, it's industry wide. So EA is affected by this. Ubisoft is affected by this. All these big Take-Two is affected by this in a lot of ways, outside of Rockstar, of course. So a lot of people are being affected by their games probably breaking even, but then you have to make bigger and better games. Otherwise, the gamers are like, we want bigger and better. And over the next couple of years, because she did say over the next couple of years, it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and then it's going to crash. Only in the triple game space, because indies, obviously, they have a super limited budget, so whatever they make, they make. But it might not necessarily even affect PlayStation, but it was just a theory and a reason why I think stuff's going to turn out the way it does. What do you think their multiplayer games are going to PC day and date?
PlayStation?
Yeah.
Now, because they already said that. Herman Holt said they were going to have their multiplayer games be on PC day and date over a year ago, and we're going to see it the first one, Hellblade 2, next week.
Well, if it's sustainable, why not keep them exclusive?
Well, they want the bigger community that the PC gaming community has. They saw what happened with Destruction All-Stars, where they had to rely on bots to populate lobbies after like 60 days.
That's a byproduct.
And they don't want that to happen.
That's a byproduct. It's more the revenue on that side with that. I mean,
Yes.
the player base is definitely a positive when it comes to like putting your games for multiplayer games. You always want to have as many people in there as possible, but the number one reason you do a game like that is because you want more profit too, because you see what all these other multiplayer games do, and that's the reason that most of them are everywhere.
Yeah, I meant Helldivers too. I don't know what.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. That's
what did I say?
You said
say?
You said Hellblade 2.
Hellblade 2. Yeah,
I was like, damn, that's not even the same genre.
It's too many games with the word with hell in them. So my bad.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
But yeah, that was the main thinking. Like, you need to put your multiplayer games to generate revenue elsewhere, because you can't keep them exclusive because you're just not going to make your returns. And it's the way they're going, because if you notice, last generation PlayStation was all roses and rainbows. You could get fucked if any game's going anywhere. But you notice their stance is shifting, and it's continuously starting to get shifting. First of all, they said no games on PC, games are on PC. No games day and date, games come day and date. No multiplayer. So eventually, they are moving more and more towards what Xbox is. Xbox got there a hell of a lot quicker because they failed in the console space. But PlayStation's slowly making their way that way too. The only anomaly is Nintendo. But Nintendo's Nintendo.
Nintendo ain't never moving.
Yeah, Nintendo's Nintendo.
I don't see how PlayStation is failing in the console space.
No. I said
no.
Xbox.
He said Xbox failed in the console space. He said
yes,
but he said PlayStation is heading that way. Like, I don't see how they're heading that way.
He's talking mostly due to the fact that they don't find a way to mitigate the cost of what the games that they're making. Then this will be because this is the thing. They make their the whole purpose of their platform is to sell software. And if the software isn't as good, or if the quality, because this is the thing, PlayStation lives on quality. And remember, I told you during the live stream, the reason I was kind of taken back was mostly due to the games that were shown, because overall, my thoughts of a game that's being marketed by PlayStation, a game that, even if it's not a first party, I don't expect the same quality as a game that comes out from PlayStation first party. But when PlayStation goes after like some type of exclusivity, it's going to be something that's going to at least stand up in that quality department when it comes to looks and everything. So that's why I was a little taken back. Like, when I saw Until Dawn, I was like, man, it looks okay. When I saw Silent Hill, I was like, oh yeah, this isn't what I was expecting. It looks decent, but it doesn't look like, this world beater that everybody was clamoring for, that I got to get a PlayStation to play, Silent Hill 2. So it was just like that. That's kind of the ecosystem that they built from their gamers and stuff, that they expect those games. Now, you're going to get that from the first party, but the thing is, are they going to be able to mitigate the amount of money it's going to cost for them to keep doing that? Because the thing is, the budget, like you said, is going to keep going up until either we get a crash and everything resets itself. And we don't even know what a crash would do to these companies at that point. At a certain point, what's gonna be the ideal situation that's going to happen? So I don't think PlayStation has anything to worry about when it comes to console sales, because consoles is the one thing that we know they can do very, very well. And their console is what gets people into the ecosystem, because they give you amazing software that matches up to that. Now, are they going to be able to do both of those things consistently in the future with everything rising? That's what he's saying.
Thank you, Forte, for wording it beautifully. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They need outside revenue outside of the PlayStation ecosystem, because if what they said, the rumor is the Spider-Man 3 budget, if a lot of your games are now going 200 million plus, you need to see massive returns. Because if you're constantly doing this, and bear in mind, if your devs and now cycle is like 6 years, how much money is that you have to pay the devs for 6 years? How much for the mocap? How much for the actors? How much for the whatever you need to do? Like, this is just all cost. And so if your game is only doing 20 million and you spent 400 million, you look at your bank account, you're like, I don't know what's going on here. We need to cover this somehow. So what do? You make money outside of PlayStation.
Yeah,
and they are doing that. They're doing that on PC to a degree, and they're also doing that on mobile. They've acquired developers to do that on mobile. Where a lot of the majority of the revenue that's generated in gaming is happening, which is in mobile, and that can funnel into the PlayStation overall. That said, they're doing everything but putting their games on an Xbox. Because I think they understand the value of a brand. They don't have to do that.
No, I said they don't. I just said they don't have to do that.
Oh, I thought you said the opposite.
You just
sorry.
You are not paying attention.
I'm sorry. What do y'all want? What do y'all want?
No, I think that we should actually get on your ass more, Pause, about this, because you can't just jump down people's throats, Pause, and then like when you're wrong,
and then apologize.
When
like, I'm wrong,
you think an apology is enough. Okay.
Well, it's not enough. What else? What else you need? You need lashes. You want to whip the black man? Is that it? Is that it? What else needs to happen here? You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling the Luka where I'm hitting y'all with the play of the black man.
I just want to tie you to a trebuchet. That's it.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
What did he say?
He wants to tie slow-mo to a trebuchet.
See, this is disgusting. But anyway, look, they're putting their games everywhere, and I think that makes sense for them, because in a way they have maxed out their PlayStation, their potential in the console market. It's growing less than the other markets are, but that's PlayStation. That's not Xbox. Xbox ain't grown jack in the console market. Right. So like you can't look at the success, like you can't be the Washington Wizards and then go, man, them Golden State Warriors is killing it. Like they can't do no better. We can't do no better either. No, loser, you can do better. You suck.
No, but this
you're not them.
But they could be the Dallas Cowboys, though.
No, but what
they suck too.
But they can still be them.
I don't understand any football references, but at the same time,
okay. Here you go. You can't be a bad team and look at great teams that win championships and say, "See, they can't do no better, so we also can't do no better." No, they're winners. You're a loser. You can do better.
But this is where I see them moving games like the Sea of Thieves, Hi-Fi Rush, but why I don't see all the games coming, because you could keep the single-player big games to yourself, and that's why I'm pretty sure when she comes out, she'll say some games will come over, not all the games, and however people feel about that will feel about that, because I play on PC primarily now. So my feelings.
Can I tell you how they feel about that? I can tell you how they're gonna feel about that. They're gonna say, "Great, I don't have to buy an Xbox no more." Even Sarah could say she could have the word stamped on her forehead. She could be holding a sign. Not all games. Guess what they're gonna think? We're gonna get all games eventually. We're gonna get all games eventually.
But does that really matter though?
If you're trying to sell Xboxes, it matters.
if you're an Xbox only gamer, does that really matter?
Oh, it's going to matter to you eventually when less support comes, when less people are buying your platform, and it gets less support from third-party developers and publishers to put their games on your platform. They already complain about missing out on stuff like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. How when that gets to become even worse, because your platform is doing even worse, because people feel like, I don't need that. I get games from that over here. That's how it affects the Xbox gamer.
I'm still trying to figure out.
But for Xbox in general, you thinking, oh, well, they'll eventually figure out that in order to play these games, they got to buy an Xbox. That's a sale you could have had months earlier or a year earlier or whatever. Meanwhile, you're not getting those sales. You're selling worse than the freaking Xbox One, which they admitted was a failed console.
That's fine.
That's fine for who? This
Listen.
people's job. That ain't fine for Sarah Bond.
Let's talk about. Let's speak on Sarah Bond real quick. Like we're not about to make Sarah Bond seem like she's like this sacrificial lamb. Sarah Bond is a big girl.
Ain't say that.
Sarah Bond, Sarah Bond is the president of Xbox. She manages a multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar global platform for them. And in that role, she oversees the strategy, product development, and business for Xbox. That's literally on her page. On the website? That's on her page.
I knew you had to read that from somewhere. Great. We know what her role is.
So that's her role.
Tell me how she's supposed to do her role with games that's going to be on PlayStation.
You think she took that role and didn't know this was the plan?
I have no idea.
She's probably one of the ones that came up with the plan because she's head of
she did not. She was not.
She's head of strategy. She's head of the entirety of Xbox.
She knows about the strategy.
Singer. She knows about that. Does not mean, first of all, it's not even her. She's a part of strategy. This isn't her job.
It's still part of strategy.
Her job is not the content, Forte.
No, but putting Sea of Thieves on PlayStation is a strategy they came up with.
That is not her job. Her job is Xbox hardware and accessories.
No,
her job is not the decision to
product develop. Slow-mo, go to their website and look at her job description. Please
look at her job description.
Her job description is
link me where it says Sarah Bond decides where games go.
Oh my God. Duh. Slow-mo? If your bio said
what role did they give her? What role was she promoted
President of Xbox.
Of Xbox. And what role does Matt Booty have?
Oh my God. President, he's the what's the overseer of the studios.
Yes.
Software.
He's the head of first party.
Software. Yes. First party.
But Sarah is the one who dictates.
So when these first party games
dictates where it goes.
That's not her job.
Oh Jesus Christ! I can't with you right now.
It's not her job. You can't with me. You guys are giving her roles that she doesn't have. That's not her job.
She is the head of.
She oversees
content and software. Matt Booty.
No, she literally oversees the strategy, product development, and business for Xbox.
Where's the link? I'm asking you for the link.
No, let me
show me this link.
Oh my God. I can't with you, bro.
She manages the.
You can't with me. I can't with you. You all like that's fine that they're putting games on the rival platform. That's fine for who? For PlayStation gamers, that's great.
Hey, Slow-mo, you're arguing a losing.
I'm trying to fight the fight for those poor Xbox only gamers. How dare they do that to them? Them guys held the line. They held the line. It's crazy that the Xbox gamers held the line for Xbox, but Xbox didn't hold the line for them. They said, "Thank you, we got ABK. Now sit down. We putting this stuff everywhere. We putting it." Any and everywhere. We can put it on the freaking Ouya. If Ouya was still around, we would do that. We don't care how you feel. So literally, what the quote was from the podcast that I can't talk about, from the person that I can't talk about, was they don't care about what you feel.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
But they held the line for them, and they thought they think the brand loyalty is going to keep up with that. No, people are going to leave in droves.
Slow-mo. Sarah Bond's LinkedIn, right? Up to date. Yep. Is the president of Xbox managing?
There's a private chat, Singer. Link me in the private chat so I keep telling y'all. Link it, brother.
I'm linking you her LinkedIn right now.
I'll link it now. I'll link it. Yeah. Here's her LinkedIn, right? Now, the thing is,
right.
Is Luka here? Is Luka back? No, she's not back.
Luka's laughing.
Look at her LinkedIn, right? Now, you could tell me that she is managing Microsoft's
I'm about to cook. You just gave me everything I needed to cook with. Lord have mercy. Singer. I'm looking at her LinkedIn. Microsoft, 6 years, 11 months. Current role right now, president of Xbox since October 2023. Role leads the teams responsible for the platform and business. That's it.
Yes, and the business is putting Sea of Thieves.
Xbox is not Xbox. Look at the structure of their company. Xbox is not at the top. It's not called Xbox Gaming. It's called Microsoft Gaming.
Yes.
Xbox is under that.
Oh my God.
Yes, and
Xbox is not the platform anymore. Look, no, hold on. Think about what they did with Game Pass. Initially, it was Xbox Game Pass. Now, what's it called? Game Pass. On PC Game Pass. It's Game Pass. Not Xbox Game Pass no more. Because Xbox is not the top of everything. She does not control where the games go.
Dog, it literally says lead the team responsible for Xbox platform and business.
Yes. And
Xbox
the business
platform and
What did
business.
I just say?
Okay.
The Xbox was not Microsoft Gaming. Microsoft, if it said leads the team responsible for Microsoft platforms and business, then we talking.
Okay, Slomo, I have a question. Would putting Sea of Thieves...
Wait, before you ask your question, I have a question.
Jesus Christ, right now.
Who was the head of Xbox before Sarah Bond?
Phil Spencer.
Phil Spencer.
No, there wasn't they created a role for her. There was no president of Xbox before that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
If this is a role that's just been created, that means we don't actually know what falls under her purview, right? Like what she's actually going to be doing if this is just a brand new role, right?
Yes and no, because I was kind of told behind the scenes it's hardware, so that's where I'm getting that from. So
I'm just reading.
I'm gonna leave it at that because I can't say no more on that. But yeah, and what are you eating, Luka?
I'm not eating them though. I'm just like sucking on my tongue right now. Pause.
What?
Salt and vinegar.
Excuse me.
Sucking on my tongue.
You doing? Excuse me.
They are sea salt and vinegar. So what so you're saying that behind the scenes you have like behind the scenes information, which is why you're going so hard on this.
Yes, but also
now that being said,
hold on.
Now,
but also
now that being said,
can I can I clarify?
Okay, but can I say I haven't said anything in like 10 minutes? Like
okay.
Let her cook.
That being said, you yourself has said that we can't trust anything that comes out of that brand, right? Anything that these people say. So who knows what she'll actually be doing overall in the long run? Right now, it could be, like you said, hardware, as you stated, but who knows? It could turn into something else entirely, which is maybe why they're even having her do this and allegedly having her be the one to come out and talk about what's going on with the multi-platform stuff. And then before there was a president of Xbox, we all expected to see and hear from Phil Spencer, talk about this stuff, which is odd because I'm sure there were definitely other people that would have fit that role better, right? But I'm just saying, like, even though I personally think they are throwing her under the bus 100%, I also am just kind of like, well, she is going. I mean, she's about to earn that money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what
she's
I'm
about
saying.
to earn those big bucks. She is an executive. She's going to be making a lot of money. And I'm just kind of like, delete your Twitter, baby girl. Delete your fucking Twitter. That's all I can really say. I don't think it's fair. But at the end of the day, we don't really know what falls under her purview overall and in the long run, because it's a new role, like you said. So we'll see. But go ahead, Slomo. Oh, wait, Singer, didn't you say you had something to say before Slomo goes?
Oh no, I was just going to bring up the fact that she is the head, and as it was brought to my attention, who was it in the chat? Sycamore currently serves as the president of Xbox division and Microsoft responsible for the hardware and software platforms. Now, because she's the head of everything, she knew before the leak came out about Sea of Thieves. She would have been known about this. And I would have assumed she would be at the table when Phil probably had the meeting and gave the orders and whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
all right, hold on one second. So shout out to Sycamore, who's been a member for 30 months. Appreciate you saying Unc Slomo is dropping heat. let's go Unk. Emphasis
I'm
on
trying,
Unk.
sick. I'm trying.
Emphasis on Unk. I would say emphasis on Grandpa myself, but that's just me. And shout out to Craig saying I'm going
Excuse me?
to marry Sarah Bond. Did you misunderstand?
Craig, Sarah's already married. Craig, just want to let you know that.
Hold up, man. First of all, we can't be. First of all, we cannot be calling Slow-Mo. He's a good man and all, but he hasn't deserved the title Unk yet.
What? Wow.
There's only one
slander.
Listen, there's only one Unk out there, man, and that man is Shannon Sharp. That's the only Unk I recognize.
And shout out to Kenneth, who's been a member for a month. Appreciate you.
Shout out to Kenneth.
What's up, Kenneth? All right, I mean, it sounds like we're all yelled out at this point. Everyone got their points out.
Albert said he can save Sarah.
I think the topic's done.
Yeah.
And look, I'm just in overall, I'm just trying to fight for that poor Xbox only gamer.
You should have fought for that.
What?
You ain't fight for that. Why'd you go to PC, Slow-Mo?
That's for me.
Why did you?
Because I saw the way this was going. You can't trust them. Okay, clearly.
So why are you up here thinking
that decision was for me because PC is the best place to play games. I can play everything on PC, and I love it. Right?
So that's shout out to Baydex saying Slow-Mo is cooking.
Thank you.
So
considering I see you, bro. Hold on. All I'm saying is that there are Xbox only gamers out there who are looking at this and like, damn, they just don't care about me. I held the line. I mean, even through ABK, even through them saying we was going to get VR and then we didn't, even though they said all those ZeniMax games were for me, and apparently they not. All that time, I held the line, and when it came to holding the line for me, they just tripped me up.
No,
you know it's sad. I feel bad for them. I feel bad.
Yeah. You can feel bad, but you're not one of them. So what are you trying to stand up for when they have their own legs to stand up?
Someone's got to.
They have their own legs. They have their own shows.
No, they don't.
I mean, Singer, you a PC gamer, and you've been defending Xbox on here for years, and you a PC gamer. How are you going to tell me that? Oh, laugh.
No,
now.
But that's because I'm a
Keep
fan.
up it.
I am a fan of Xbox's games, and they just so happen to come to PC. See how this works. But you are out here in the trenches fighting for the little man, and I'm not doing that. That's where we differ.
I just thought that was funny. That's all.
I'm just gonna tell everybody. I just tell everybody, like, look, man, the future ain't looking too bright, man.
Get yourself a fucking Xbox. Or sorry, no, get yourself a PC. Get yourself a PC, guys.
Honestly, get you a system that you care about. Doesn't matter.
Well, that's fair too. I mean, who's an Xbox only gamer though?
Right.
I feel like a lot of us have more than one platform. At least, like, if you're a quote unquote. I mean, if you're in this community, you most likely have more than one platform. Yes? No? Even Singer has more than one platform.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't think... Singer, do you own the Xbox?
Yeah, I have the Series X.
Damn, someone does not be listening to anybody on here.
I couldn't remember. I asked a question. I couldn't remember.
Forgetful. So Slow-Mo's very forgetful.
I just wanted the reminder. That's all. Good grief.
And then Slow-Mo be up here telling people that they don't count because you said, well, this doesn't count for you because you didn't already moved over to PC. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God.
That's what you said to me.
What'd I say to you?
Something similar to that. I
ain't say nothing similar to that.
All I'm saying is that I'm trying to fight for them guys, and you was like, why would you want to fight for them? You know, I'm just like, good grief. Can I? You know, there are people out here who want to have their box be the all-in-one box they get their games from. And then they're gonna put their games on other platforms and get nothing back in return. It's just damn.
Dog, if they see. I can't roll with that, Slow-Mo. Just it's mostly due to the fact that Xbox has been telling these people or telling gamers for like the last decade that just in games released that they don't care as much as other platforms. You know, the fact that it took them to 2018
I
to
agree.
really to make a decision to actually foster first party games and stuff and go out and fix a problem they had since 2013, basically, that told people all that whole time that they really didn't care. So if you stuck with
I agree.
Xbox all the way till now, that is your problem.
I agree with Nautical, and here's why. As soon as they started putting their games day and date on PC, you should have known.
Yeah.
You should have known. You should have been like, damn, let me go ahead and get me a PC. Because I can see where the fucking road is heading. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like I mean, honestly speaking, the fact that people still get this upset and this shocked, I mean, I think it's perfectly fine, like, for you to feel however you want to feel.
Yeah, it sucks.
But in my opinion, like, yeah, it sucks. But at the same time, it's like, damn, you really couldn't see this coming. Like, that's why every time someone's like, they're gonna make it so people don't want to buy the Xbox platform, I'm like, damn, I mean, haven't they been doing that already? Like, goddamn.
But this doesn't improve it either. I mean, this doesn't improve. I mean, let's put a 1 in the chat if you all you own is an Xbox, because I want to see how many people of the 94 that are listening actually don't own any other platforms, that they just own an Xbox. Because at this point, this is literally telling you need to get off this sinking ship. Deathloid, I think Geekhead as well only owns an Xbox. Texas Lean said 0. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look, we got at least 3. I don't know why people doing different numbers.
I don't think Xbox is going to put all their games on PlayStation. Like,
exactly.
I wasn't here.
I don't think it either.
Oh, okay, it was kind of sounding like you were saying that when I was listening.
No.
That's how it sounded to me. But feel free to clarify your point.
Okay, I'll clarify my point. My point is that, like, as Colin Moriarty said as well, that even if they try to express it as much as possible, that it won't be all games. The fact that some of their games are going will have people thinking we will eventually get all their games over here, whether they say so or not right now. And that's something that we also saw when PlayStation started putting their games on PC. When Horizon Zero Dawn first was confirmed to go to PC, what was the first thing we heard from everyone? Oh, all those games are going. The only people who didn't believe all those games were going were the PlayStation gamers who were in denial. And then years later, whole slate was announced. People will automatically assume it's all the games, even if it's just Hi-Fi Rush, Sea of Thieves, and I don't know, one other game. They're going to like, oh, all right, well, you know,
and you're saying the
coming
assumptions will hurt the console sales. That's what you're saying.
Yes, because if someone is like a Nintendo gamer and all they got is a Switch and they see Hi-Fi Rush, like, damn, that game looks cool. I want to play that, but I don't want to buy an Xbox for just one game. But then they see Fable, they see Hellblade 2, they see Avowed, and they're like, that's a whole lot. That's more than just one game. I'm going to go ahead and buy an Xbox. That person, you put Hi-Fi Rush on the Switch, that person now was like, well, I got Hi-Fi Rush. I don't need an Xbox because I'm going to get these games eventually. Like Singer will rather wait for those PlayStation games to show up on PC than buy a PlayStation, right, Singer?
Yeah, because there's no point in buying a PlayStation for one game.
I gotta be honest with you.
There we go.
Someone who only has a Switch has a really different mentality than someone who uses a Switch as like a secondary console, you know?
Yes.
Right, I agree with that. 100%.
Okay, I'll switch the example to PlayStation, because PlayStation is where that game is also going to go to. So let's say you're a PlayStation gamer, and then you see Hi-Fi Rush, and you don't own an Xbox. You're like, I want that, but I don't want to spend $300 minimum on a Series S to get that. And then you wanted Starfield, and then you wanted Hellblade 2. I think that was coming out this year. But if they put Hi-Fi Rush on the PlayStation, now you have this, whether they say it or not, because they never announced PlayStation when they first launched Hi-Fi Rush. And they even said before, the ZeniMax games were, as Phil Spencer said, and I'll quote him, we made this acquisition to bring exclusive content to Xbox gamers. And then now one of their games is not going to be exclusive content. So what makes you think that they won't backtrack on everything else? As we said, that we all agreed, they can't be trusted. They say one thing and do another. Why wouldn't a PlayStation gamer say, I'm getting more of those games anyway, so why buy an Xbox?
I also feel like, I mean, Hi-Fi Rush is like, maybe if the game was something, I know Hi-Fi Rush did very well, but maybe if it was something that was more notable, you know, like a big budget AAA title coming that was an Xbox only game coming to PlayStation, I could see more of your point. Like, I get what you're saying, but like Hi-Fi Rush, like, who's gonna buy a platform to play Hi-Fi Rush? Like, I mean, honestly, like that's not even in shade. It's just kind of something where I'd be surprised to hear that there'd be people like that. Shout out to Texas Lean, who became a YouTube member. Shout out to you, my boy. Appreciate you. Thank you. Go ahead.
Slummer, the main problem I have with that is you're painting it in a general sense. But what percentage of the player base is just a Madden, FIFA, and Call of Duty gamer and couldn't care less the Hi-Fi Rush is coming over? And what tiny percentage of the core fan base will be like, oh, Hi-Fi Rush, that must mean Halo's coming. That must mean... Or do they just care, oh, look, FIFA's released a new game. Call of Duty's released a new game. Let's go. Like, that's the vast majority. So is it really affecting that much? Or is it only affecting people who are the hardcore gamers?
I don't know this. I don't know the data. I don't know the data on that, but I think I do typically see when I speak to, and this is anecdotal, of course, but when I speak to the casual gamers in my social circles, they are wildly misinformed about things, and is normally due to things that they heard and not necessarily the actual, like, coming straight from the horse's mouth. Not calling Sarah Bond a horse. I would never disrespect that queen, but like, she's going to make a statement, and the majority of the people that will be affected by this, and Xbox be affected by this, they're going to get that information from games media sources and the people, hardcore gamers that they know. And what if, and no shade to this man, what if their friend is J-Dub? You think J-Dub's going to tell it the way Sarah Bond told it, or is J-Dub going to say,
listen,
wait and go get a PlayStation?
At the same time, like someone,
don't
someone who is like primarily Xbox could give their friends some incorrect information too. And also, it's like, do your friends know about Hi-Fi Rush? Is that something they'd be interested in playing?
Or
no, because they didn't market it very well. So
exactly. So it's like, I understand what you're saying, but like, if it's Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves going to PlayStation, while still a big deal, 100%, who really knows about those games except for the people in the know? Like, casuals don't know about those fucking games. Well, maybe Sea of Thieves, I don't know, but Hi-Fi Rush, like, come on. But I definitely hear what you're saying, dude. I do hear what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying. I'm just saying that for these two particular games, I don't know. Like, if these were two notable games, like big titles, I'd be like, okay, Slomo, no, you definitely have. I think you still have a point, but I'm just like not 100% there yet. You know?
We can revisit in a few years when there's more games.
Yes,
I guess.
Well, if it's more games.
Well, when
I always use the, like, when people come into the store and they ask like which system, you know, is the better system, because a lot of people people don't really care. They want to know what's the best. You have the people that come in and say, I want a PlayStation 5. I do think the naming convention of PlayStation has definitely greatly helped them, where it's a number after a number and people just keep up with the number. They say, oh, it's a new PlayStation, where Xbox always have these convoluted names that they have for their systems, and people don't know what's the newer Xbox. Like, I still get people asking, okay, what's the new Xbox? Some people think the Xbox One is still the new Xbox. I'm like, no, it's the series consoles and stuff like that. So I think that kind of hurts them, because I always tell people, it's like, okay, well, are you a multiplayer person or are you a single player person? It's like, oh, multiplayer or single player. It's like, well, this is better for this, but ultimately, do you care about these 10% of games that only come on this platform? I say, what do you play? And without fail, it's always the big ones that come everywhere. And I always end up telling them, where do your it always comes down to where are your friends at? The people you're going to be playing with, the people you're going to be communicating with, where are they at? And a lot of them always say PlayStation because that's the predominant platform, because PlayStation won over the casual base a long time ago. And a lot of the bigger games are marketed by PlayStation, so they kind of flowed in that direction. Xbox has done a horrendous job and fostering or that, trying to kill that narrative that PlayStation is the best place to play your third-party games. They have done a terrible job at that, and they're kind of paying for that now. And PlayStation has been eating off that for quite some time now. And if I ask a person like, hey, do you ever play Halo or anything? It's like, oh yeah, I'm not really into Halo. But I'll even ask them like, hey, what do you think about God of War? They'll ask like games on their PS5. They'll walk into the store because it kills me. People walk in there every week and they're like looking for games. And I'm like, dog, you got hundreds of games. Like he said, yeah, I'm not really into this. I said, well, did you play this game? You play God of War, you play Uncharted. They was like, yeah, I'm not really into those type of games. And I'm like, what are you playing? Because those are the defining games for that platform. But people are tired of playing the cookie cutter games that everybody plays on there, but they're stuck in that narrative. Just like you told me, Slow-Mo, you were stuck playing Destiny for 10 years. There's people still stuck playing Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA, NBA, games like that. The games that third party decided that they wanted to publish the most when it comes to Assassin's Creeds and Far Cries and all of those games. Those are the games that the majority of people play. And it doesn't matter where they play it, but if their friends or a company does a really good job at marketing what they have when it comes to their console, like PlayStation has, it's like automatic for them. Like people look forward to the next PlayStation. Nobody really knows what the next Xbox is because it's nothing to really look forward to.
Okay, well, let's ask the question then.
What is it?
If they come out with another Xbox, who on the panel is getting it?
Oh,
not me.
it's a wrap on that. I got a PC now.
Not me. Yeah, PC.
I'm not getting another Xbox. Yeah, like I got the Xbox One S, One X, Series X, and Series S, right? My Series S is at my mom's house, right? Because I told y'all about the time where I it was right after the Series X came out. I went to go visit my mom, and airport security was just like, "What is that?" And someone was like, they had to get someone younger in there, and I was like, "It's a gaming console." They did not believe me. They had to get someone younger in there, and he was just like, "Yeah, it's a gaming console. That's a new Xbox." And they're like, "Xbox?" And so, but anyway, who in the chat, who is listening later, who is going to buy the next Xbox?
Well, remember this, Luka. Remember in Destiny 2, where before crossplay and everything, I was playing on PC more. I would just jump on Xbox to play with y'all whenever y'all wanted to play. And I would always complain about the differences in frame rate. I said, I'm only doing this because of my friends. And instantly when they came out with the update that update, they said that 60 frames per second. I said, okay, I'm buying an Xbox. I'm buying another Xbox because I was on the fence with even the Series X. I was like, it's no reason because the games I want to play just don't perform good enough. And then when they announced it's for the Xbox One, I was like, okay, I'm moving back over because that's where my friends are. And now my whole thought process has changed because Luka, a person I used to play a lot of games with, she doesn't really play on console anymore. Some of my other friends, they moved over to PC. So the reason that kept me on the Xbox was always my friends.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I bought a Series X to play Destiny 2. All right?
Yeah.
With a better frame rate.
I got a Series S for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I got Go ahead.
Oh, go on. I was going to say, and then as soon as Destiny 2 did what it did on PC, I immediately abandoned the box because that was the only reason I had it.
Yep.
Was
and
for
then
Destiny 2.
I got a PlayStation 5 to play Demon Souls. And there was a brief moment when they were like, Demon Souls is coming to PC, where I very briefly was like, oh, maybe I won't get a PS5. But then, I was like, no, bitch. Go ahead and get that PS5. You can't miss that Demon Souls.
Aren't you glad you did?
I am very glad I did.
You still be waiting for that thing on PC.
Yes, man. I will never forget. Shout out to All Day arguing with me until 3 a.m. about Assassin's Creed. I will never. never understate how much I appreciate him arguing with me about that shit because I was able to buy a PS5 because I was up all night arguing with him.
See, and someone
all
in the
my
chat.
homies have moved over to PC. We used to all play on Xbox or PlayStation. Now we're all PC.
See, as Infinite Umbra and other people in the chat, that they don't want to deal with the PC problems. They'll buy the next Xbox. So there will always be people.
No,
who
they'll
would wanna
buy the next
next
PlayStation.
Xbox.
They'll buy the next PlayStation so they can play all the
If-
games.
If you're making an assumption,
Or they'll just,
and-
or they'll be,
Slow-mo
or they'll
so-
be
so-
like most gamers and just buy both.
yeah,
They won't buy both.
they'll just buy the one box to play their games, and they don't care about
Which
the
is the
fact that games are
PlayStation.
going over. No, they
Which
might
is the
just buy an
PlayStation.
Xbox.
You
'cause
work
that's
for,
where-
you know what? You work for PlayStation now, don't you?
Yeah,
How'd you know?
I
No,
had a feeling.
no, I
How's
don't.
Slow-mo getting the pony accusation? Oh my
No,
God.
I know, right?
No, he is. Like, Slow-mo is out of the stables right now. The cover
He
is
Wow.
said he's out at the
It's
stable.
done.
I'm a pony. I'm a pony for saying
saying
their game should remain exclusive.
no.
I mean,
no.
if I was
No.
really a pony, I would be like, yeah, bring these games over here so that I, a PlayStation
That's
gamer.
BS because you want
is-
all those PlayStation games on PC because you even said if those games come to PC, I don't
and
need this
because
PlayStation
I'm
no
a
more.
PC gamer. Hello.
Oh, okay. But you're gonna be
Exactly.
mad. You're gonna be mad though. You
thing
kind of
is-
No, let's follow the logic. So me being a PC gamer, wanting all the PlayStation games to launch day and day on PC so that I don't have to own a PlayStation, me saying Xbox should keep their games exclusive means I'm a pony. Because I'm saying don't put your games on PlayStation. You're not helping your brand or your platform. If I was a pony, I'd be like, bring those games over here, son. So I have
You
zero-
have said that though.
I did not say Xbox to do that.
No,
for
no,
Play-
no. You said
I
you
will
have,
say what
you
you
have
just said.
PlayStation should bring their game. You said, man, bring those games over here, PlayStation. You
Yes,
have said that.
Are you following the?
Slow-mo, you literally just said not too long ago, you were saying, yeah, go out and buy a PlayStation because all the games are going over there. All of this. You weren't fighting for the Xbox guy at that point. You were playing
Yeah,
the
he
pony.
did say
I was
that,
I
yeah.
was talking in the context of what the decisions that they're making.
It is kind of odd. Like, why wouldn't you
Mhm.
just say they should just go over to PC? You said specifically they should just go over to
Mhm,
PC.
that's
Yeah,
what I was thinking.
and-
Yep,
and
You are a
also-
pony in disguise.
Pony.
Also, he also
I'm
so Slow-Mo
talking
brought it up.
to no wait, let me clear
No,
because y'all taking stuff out of context. I'm talking about the console gamer who does not want a PC. Because
now you
I-
clarify
no,
after the fact.
because I'm clear. Because y'all got it wrong. So I'm trying to help y'all get it right. I'm trying to get y'all on the same page as me. That's what
Now
I'm
that
doing.
you get-
I'm on page.
got it
I'm
wrong,
on
but you
page
was fading
56.
wrong.
I'm on page 56. Y'all on page 5. I want y'all to skip a couple
Oh.
chapters. Here we are. I am a PC
Oh.
gamer. If it comes to me, yeah, sure. Come to PC. This is where you get the best performance and the best visuals. You're going to have to pay for it. But hey,
Mhm.
look, premium gaming has a
Listen,
premium
you
price.
skipping
Or-
chapters
Can I-
has you
Can I
has
finish?
you
Can I
skipping
finish?
chapters
Can I
has you
finish, Luca?
you
I
skipping
know it's your
chapters-
show, but can
Hold
I
on.
finish my
you,
point?
You skipping chapters has you missing other people's points and not hearing what they have to say.
You're not y'all accusing me of being a pony, and I'm trying to clarify,
because
and you
what
saying
you
I'm missing
did.
points. I did
No.
not. I'm talking about look. Everything I've been saying is in the context of strictly an Xbox only gamer. If you
Yeah.
or at this point when your games have been going to PC since what 2016, and if you are still an Xbox only gamer, you don't want a PC. Because
Right.
you've had your games have been day and date there for almost a decade now. If this is who you are, yes, go to PlayStation because you don't want a PC, you don't want to tinker, you don't want to spend that kind of money. You are a console gamer. Where can you get these games and even more content? PlayStation. That's what I'm talking about.
Here's where you messed up, though, Slow-Mo. Because
Oh
when I initially said Infinite Umbra and other people in the chat said they are Xbox only gamers and they should get the next Xbox. And in response to that, me telling them to get the next Xbox, you said, no, just get a PlayStation. That makes you a pony.
That doesn't
Case
make me a
closed.
pony. I'm
Well,
telling you, a console only gamer.
Why aren't you
Okay,
saying
okay.
to get an
So
Xbox then?
Singer, so hey, this is why. Say it's the year 2027. You're a console-only gamer. You have a choice between the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox 720, whatever the heck they're going to call it, right?
Yeah.
These are your choices. You got an Xbox with some exclusive games, but also games that are made by Xbox first party that go to PlayStation. You got PlayStation that has those games and their own exclusive games. And you also don't know for certain that these games that are exclusive to Xbox will remain exclusive. What system are you going to buy? PC's out the question because you're a console gamer.
Okay, counterpoint. Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
Hold on. Counterpoint. Hold on.
Can y'all answer the question before your counterpoint?
No, my counterpoint is me answering the question.
Okay.
Counterpoint. If you are in 2024 an Xbox only gamer, that means you have seen every single fucking banger on banger on banger, 90s plus rated PlayStation game come out, and you have said, I'm not interested, which means that regardless of these Xbox only games going to other platforms, you're still not interested in PlayStation games, which means you would just get another Xbox because you don't care about the PlayStation games.
Okay, counterpoint. You're a brand new gamer. Let's say you're 16 years old, and now you're just getting into gaming to the point where you have the autonomy to get your own console. So you were not able to choose a PlayStation back then. I mean, like there's new gamers every day, every year. There's new gamers.
Counterpoint. You were talking specifically about the Xbox only gamers who have been choosing Xbox for the exclusive games. Not because they were a new gamer.
10.
Not because they were a new gamer.
Counter times 10. And my initial question just to you, I said you are a gamer.
But this entire conversation, in the context, you were discussing Xbox only gamers who were Xbox only gamers because they like the games that are on Xbox, not a new gamer. That was the entire.
It's funny when y'all choose to bring up the context. Y'all wasn't bringing up the context when y'all were calling me a pony.
We were just messing with you. We don't actually think you're a pony.
Aha! You say you agree with me.
I will have to say because I want slow-mo activated my trap card and it's counter.
Okay, go ahead, Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, Yugi. Okay, Seto Kaiba. Okay,
I just burned your trap card, you nerd.
No,
you watch your fucking mouth. No disrespect here.
My Yu-Gi-Oh references are on point, right? Okay, so to what you said. If I have a library of 300 games, all my achievements are friends are on Xbox, and then I have a choice between the next Xbox and PlayStation, I now have to abandon everything I've had on there to go there, or do I stay where I'm at and just continue gaming where I'm at? Well, more than likely I'll stay where I'm at because I now have a monetary investment in the platform. Am I going to throw away 300 games to go over to a platform where I get a couple of games, but I lose my entire library, all my achievements, friends list, points, etc. So more than likely they're going to stick with Xbox because they have invested into the platform, right? So that is the way they're probably going to swing, regardless.
One, there's so few of Xbox only gamers at this point. When I brought up 2027, I'm talking about a brand new generation. And when a brand new generation comes up, people do tend to choose about what they're going to do in the future and not necessarily. There is the argument that some people will choose to stay to a platform they've already built a library with. But when you're getting outsold 3-1 in 2 generations in a row, like who are most likely the people who are going to be making that decision? They're brand new gamers and they're PlayStation gamers.
Well, brand new gamers is different to what you said. You said Xbox only gamers.
When I asked the question about in 2027 is when the leaked documentation says new generation will start. That's why I use that, because it's not this generation that's already halfway through. It's a brand new generation, and people are making the decision of the platform they're going to be on. And I phrased the question as a gamer, not just an Xbox only gamer. I was talking about Xbox only gamers when it comes to like where you now like how they should feel about the fact that their games that they were told were going to be exclusive are now not going to be exclusive, and now your platform is devalued in a way because it has even further
been devalued.
It was even further devalued. It went from having 25% value to 15, 10, whatever. That's what I'm saying.
I specifically recall you said Xbox only gamer though, but maybe I'm wrong.
He's changing his little tune. But anyway, we just.
I am not changing. Hey, look.
You know you are.
Look,
you know what you're doing.
I'm just fighting for the little guy who fought for Xbox and got betrayed.
Over the past
I feel bad. I feel so bad for them. I feel so bad for them. I'm just, my heart goes out.
Exactly, Segan. Like, if it's a newer gamer, it really just depends on this. It comes back to the Game Pass conversation versus the PlayStation exclusive conversation. Because when I have people ask me what system should they get, I say to them, well, these are the games that are on PlayStation. I show them the trailers for the games. I ask them if that's something they'd be interested in. And then after that, I give them, and these are the games that are on Xbox, and these are the games that you can get on this service called Game Pass, and you get them for this amount of money a month. You could try them out. And then based on that, I let them know, like, these games here do not come to this platform, and etc. Right? And we have a conversation based on that. Like, for the few times I've been asked what platform someone should get. Now, it just depends. It really just depends. But we just move on and just get to the last topic. Shout out to channel member topic from Ronald saying, if you become a member of the channel and Blaze gifted a bunch of memberships, and shout out to him for that, submit topics for the show and we will discuss them. Most of it, like 9 times out of 10, we're going to discuss a topic. If there's ever a topic where it's just kind of like, I'm not talking about that, I will give a thorough reason why, but usually we discuss all the topics, right? So shout out to Ronald saying, thoughts on Keith Lee, Dallas situation. Being greedy and blocking blessings is nasty work. Say what you want about Keith Lee, but he tries to help struggling businesses in particular. Black-owned businesses get exposure. For the owner to double down and say she wasn't wrong in the situation is crazy. Okay, context. So Keith Lee, who is a very prominent food reviewer on TikTok, I believe, he has been responsible for helping several struggling businesses turn it around and become extremely successful financially because of how popular he is. He'll go to the business and he'll try their food, and if he gives them a good review, if he genuinely likes their food, the lines will be down the block. You know what I'm saying? Like, he genuinely gives out these blessings, and he's helped several businesses, right? So he went to Dallas, and this is the information I have. He gave $4,000 to the owner, and he specifically told her to split the money between her and her employees, right? This dumb bitch did not split the money. And so he found out about it. He told his audience about it. She's cooked. Her business is fucking dead now at this point because she decided, instead of being a decent person and listening and thinking of the long-term success, she decided to have that short-term greed and keep all the money for herself. And now her business is just cooked at this point. Like, because me personally, even if I did not know who Keith Lee was, and even if I wasn't a fan of him, if a business came out and I found out that this woman was given this amount of money and specifically told to split it with her employees and just like spread the wealth, and she chose to be a greedy bitch, I wouldn't go to her restaurant. Thoughts?
I agree with you. She's cooked.
She's cooked.
That's all I got.
Like, she's just greed will beat your ass.
Also, I have zero sympathy for her, because when you do stuff like that and then it becomes public, I feel like that's karma and you deserved it.
100%. Like, and the thing of it is, she would have been making way more than just $4,000 if she had just not been a dumb bitch, honestly speaking. And that's what it comes back down to, people not having that. People who have businesses who should not have businesses because they don't have any business fucking sense, And it's also common sense. Like, if I was in her situation and knowing the impact that Keith Lee has had on these businesses, the positive impact, the way he has changed these people's lives, helped change their lives, because at the end of the day, them having a good product and good food is what brought them there, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she would just be like, I hope that $4,000 can sustain you for the coming months because you're gonna have to get a new job, baby girl. Sucks to suck. Honestly, that's how I feel. Sucks to suck. You deserve what came to you. I don't like greedy people. I don't like selfish people, and I don't like liars. You know, so it is what it is. He also gave $800 to pay for the food of the other people online. Sick. She's fucking sick, dude. So. And he was very specific about the splits. Like, so in total it was $4,800. Fuck, dude. It's just not worth it, dude. It's just really, really not fucking worth it. So, but yeah, that's it. Oh, Suicide
Greedy
Squad.
people annoy me.
Yeah, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is a bomb.
Who could have seen that coming? I mean,
everyone.
Oh, you see how long those lines were, bro?
62 Metacritic on PlayStation, 72 on PC.
Yeah, well, I mean, that was a given. Ever since they revealed it, everyone was unanimously said, yeah, this shit's gonna flop. And here we are. So, let's go.
Yeah. Sucks to suck, I guess. I think we all could see that was coming.
And
it is what it is, you know. That's not a game I was interested in personally, but damn. Oh well.
I wonder since because they on DPS we discussed how WB Games is admitted they're reinvesting in DC properties focused around it being canon to the Zack Snyder DCEU relaunch. So they're going to be doing more DC games. I kind of wonder with the failure critically of this, well, critical failures for Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad. We don't know the commercial success. I actually think, if I recall correctly, Gotham Knights sold pretty well, actually, even though it was kind of paying for bad performance and people not really liking it. We don't know how Suicide Squad's going to sell, but I wonder if the critical issues will have them switching from this focus on multiplayer and going back to single player experiences that people have known those games to be, because their best selling game in the past 3 or 4 years is a single player Hogwarts Legacy. So I don't know. I think it's interesting.
Sweet, man. Okay, yeah. God, I'm fucking tired. I decided to be a greedy little pig today, and I ate an entire bag of chips, and that's what I was eating. It was fucking delicious. All right, it was delicious. And this was after I had some Raisin Canes too. Oh my lord. Yeah. So anyway, so shout out to
Nothing. I just said
Okay. Shout out to Capono, Gregor. Oh, Capono is a new member. Shout out to you. Gregor, Lionel, Texas Lean, Light Shadow, Onyx, Blue Mustang, Tristan, Phil, FTW, Kenneth, Corey, Bandy, Drav, Yobi, Outlaw, Iman, Imar bin Israel, Damien, Dolo, Tevin, Ronald, Dealer, MJ, Dirk, King Metrotron, Meat Puppet, Scroat, Lord Jorenza Stone, Kenny, DC, Big Daddy, Smitty, Sub Negro, Jazzy, Dominic, Sir Duck, Sycamore, Zion, Breesky, Light Strife, Papitio, Nautical, Jet, Envy, Slomo, and Hannibal for becoming members of the channel. Yeah. Okay. Love you guys.
Okay.
Shout out to everyone who. I'm so sorry. I'm tired, dude. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Shout out to everyone who hung out with the show. Shout out to everyone who listens later. Shout out to the I just want to give a special and a personal shout out to Slomo for holding it down. Slomo and Singer for holding it down while I was gone. I really do appreciate it. And I was thinking about this. And it's just like, I'm very lucky to have such a talented and hello. Singer?
He was like, I see your appreciation and I'm out.
He's like, I'm done. Okay.
But
like
I appreciate your appreciation. Thank you.
You're welcome. Shout out to FTW, remember for I'm saying great show. Take it easy, everyone. Appreciate you. Like, goddamn, okay. Anyway, like the timing is so crazy. I appreciate you guys holding it down for me. Thank you. I'm very lucky. Also, if you are into horror movies and you haven't seen it yet, watch When Evil Lurks. Now, I want
When
you to
evil
know,
lurks. Okay.
yes, When Evil Lurks. I want you to know that this movie is rated in R, which is not rated. So,
Oh.
that's typically a rating given to films that have very extreme content, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who makes it? Who's making? Is it like A24?
So it is it is hold on. When Evil Lurks. So When Evil Lurks is a let's see here. Okay, so When Evil Lurks is by uh Demian Rugna, and it is distributed by IFC Films and Shutter. So it is an indie film, all right? It was created in Argentina, and also
I'm looking at the trailer, and this is kind of interesting.
it's super fucking good. It's super fucking good. I just watched it today with my friend, and again, it has an NR rating for a reason. But I think that despite the content that's like, just be aware that the NR it earns its NR rating. You know, there's a reason why it's rated that way.
Is
I
it is this kind of the what's the name of that movie where damn it, it's like it was like there was something in the water and it was making everybody sick, and they were like in a cabin in the
The
woods.
Witch? No,
Huh? We said
was it
we
The
you say?
Witch or something else?
No, it had that guy from Boy Meets World in it, and so I hope somebody in
I
the
know what
chat
you're
can
talking about.
remember
I
it.
just can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, that movie, it wasn't like I don't mind horror movies. I can't stand horror games, but horror movies I'm good with. But I don't like the disgusting horror movies where it's like people's faces being like eaten by diseases and falling apart kind of
Well,
stuff. Like, yeah,
okay,
is
I
it
will
kind of
say
disgusting like that?
it has some stuff that is disgusting in it, but I do want to. It's worth it, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think the, I think the first half is very strong, and then the ending is kind of like okay, like it's. But at the same time, it's like it's one of those things where as you're watching it, like the fact that this came out and what they were able to do with the budget they
Cabin Fever is the game I was talking about.
game
Sorry,
the
the
show.
movie I was talking about, Cabin Fever. Yeah, that one kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and his rider strong that's in that movie. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you're good. So I think I like I said, I think it's worth it. I don't think it was gratuitous personally from what I saw. Like there are some instances where I'm just like for some films, okay, I'll give you an example of a film I feel is gratuitous and I don't want to watch, right? The Green Inferno. Okay, first of all, Eli Roth, sick bastard, honestly speaking. I can't watch any of his fucking films at this point. Um, so I think that's like that's shit where it literally shit, right? Like I just that's something I couldn't do. But I feel like this movie is worth it and it has an interesting the lore is really interesting in my opinion. And there are scenes in this film that make me say that scenes in this film I haven't seen before in American films, you know? So I think it's worth it. I think it's really good. Lionel was asking where you can watch. I watched it on Apple Plus. We rented it. But you can also rent it off of YouTube, Sling TV, Google Play, Apple TV. It's also available with your if you have an AMC Plus subscription, it's there as well. But 100% it's worth it. Again, it's rated NR. Don't watch with any kids around, please. And don't watch it if you're someone like this isn't even like a challenge sort of thing, like, oh haha, you're not tough, like any of that nonsense. This is like a genuine like me saying like if there are certain things that you 100% feel like you couldn't watch in a film, this might be a skip for you. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I thought it was really good. And I really enjoyed it. And I hope they come out with more films in the same universe because I feel like there's enough lore there to like make it a full a full series of movies, you know? Like there's more than enough there that's like interesting to me. So, but it does the third act is a little shaky, but the first two are good. So, but yeah,
Okay.
hell yeah, watch that shit during the day. Will it give you nightmares? I don't know. You know what? I don't know because I'm curious to see tonight if I'm gonna have some fucking nightmares. But watch the trailer. What I'm gonna post the trailer again because again, I think it's really good and I think it's worth it. And the trailer, honestly, that my coworker told me about it. He showed me the trailer. This trailer is what got me to watch the film. I was like, this shit looks fucking awesome. So anyway, let's do these outros slow.
Great show, guys, and thoughts and prayers to Xbox only gamers.
Nice
This is
TKC.
this is what we're here for. We're here for you guys, and I'm just I'm trying to fight for you guys to fight the good fight. But anywho, DPS podcast last Thursday had a great time. Next Thursday will also be a great time as well, and hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Peace.
All right. Singer.
Great show, great chat, great conversation. Slow-mo is also an undercover pony, and he is definitely not fighting for the little guy. Because there was many
So slanderous.
contradictions in his speeches.
Not really.
But yeah, see you all later.
All right. Nautical, appreciate you being like that woman doesn't need that sympathy. Yeah.
She don't. That's a strong woman right there. That's
Exactly.
a queen.
That is a queen.
That is a queen. But yeah, great show. Double everything Singer just said about slow-mo. Not going to repeat it all, but really great time, great show. Have a great weekend, guys. DPS podcast 167 will be next week. So we hope to see you guys there, or actually it'd be 166 on the Slow-mo channel. But you guys have a great weekend. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
All right, and I'll catch you guys next week. See you later. Oh, Ramon, what's good, baby boy? Yeah, you gotta hit the replay. But yeah, no, guys, for real. You like horror films? When Evil Lurks. I really think these films from other countries, like they be hitting, you know? Like they really like, especially like take for instance Godzilla -1, aka Goat, which Slow-mo needs to go see. Actually, you all need to go watch it, to be honest. It's a fucking phenomenal film.
I don't think I'm gonna
guys.
find it in theaters anymore, so I'm just waiting for it to come to digital now.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's really good. If you like monster films where you don't have to wait to see the fucking monster, Godzilla -1 is definitely one. And it's just like a genuinely that's just a genuinely good film. You know, like a good film. If you have an issue of like the current Godzilla films that are in Hollywood and like how the characters fucking suck because you truly are watching those movies for the monster fights, then Godzilla -1 is definitely a movie for you because it has a heavy emphasis on the human characters and it makes you care about the human characters. And it is also something that is worth it, in my opinion. So, all right. Yes, they did, Eric. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Exactly, Rodimus, I agree. But yeah, I'll catch you guys. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.